Yikes. Oh.
I told everyone to meet here tomorrow morning. Sometimes it's best to be alone for a while.
Thanks, Mikleo.
Saray, don't worry about it too much. I need a bit of a walk myself.
Well, that was a very interesting turn of events.
Dezel's death, his shameful acts, and the things Simone said. Perhaps they're all things the Shepherd has to accept in order to quell the Lord of Calamity.
I'm just not sure how to feel about it all.
I was thinking you should quit.
What?
Just hear me out. I used to think that when the Shepherd was getting crushed and overwhelmed by his duty or by his destiny, that it was something that you could just up and quit. Until yesterday, that is. Things are different now.
For Dezel's sake, if nothing else, I want to find the answers.
That's right. It isn't even some feeling of obligation so much as I just want to know, in the hope that we won't make the same mistakes again. So that's why I no longer think you should quit.
We definitely have to find some answers.
Right. And it isn't just the Shepherd's duty either. This journey is something we, all of us, need to own.
That's true. Thank you.
There's no need for thanks. I just said how I truly feel.
A moment of respite. Trying to just piece everything together.
Our friend, the creepy little girl, she said she was burdened with sins.
Right. And she also said that the Shepherd must know the truth of Seraphim, who carry such sorrowful burdens.
Of those whose mere existence means human suffering. Sometimes death can be a release. If just by living, one causes terrible things to happen, then death would be...
Edna, stop right there!
I'm not talking about Dezel, you idiot.
You shouldn't be saying that about your brother either!
So what if I did? They're just words. It's probably nothing you haven't heard before anyway.
I still don't like it. I don't want to hear it right now.
Oh. Then there's nothing to discuss.
Yeah.
Saray. All I was really trying to say is that I think Dezel was saved in a way. I chose my words poorly, and it was wrong of me. I apologize.
Thank you, Edna.
Don't mention it.
Lila, what are you doing?
Oh, this?
That's incredible! How'd you do that?
Making paper crafts like this really takes the edge off for me. I forget about all my cares, and it's like I just enter my own little world.
I see.
Saray, you've got to stop carrying the burden all by yourself.
I think this one's gonna be tough, even if I share the burden. I find myself wondering, was there anything else I could have done? Should we have talked it over first? I just start thinking about things.
Moments of reflection are good for the spirits, Saray, but regrets solve nothing.
What's this?
Humans have a custom. Sometimes they send a paper boat down a river imbued with a remembrance of their lost one, so that it may reach them. Since Dezel was a wind seraph, I thought maybe a bird that soars through the air would be more fitting. Now, Saray, let's send it off.
I'm sure it reached him. Lila,
Yes?
thank you. But you mustn't try to carry the burden all by yourself either.
I'll be quite fine. There's no need to worry. I'm going to stay up here for a while. The wind feels comforting.
All right then. I'll leave you to it.
Okay. I too have a ways to go.
See what this star is over here. Probably Rose. Oh, same thing. Yeah. Let me see if this takes me anywhere. Ah, there's more over here.
Hey, Shepard. Tell me something. How was Dezel in his last moments?
He was smiling.
So, he was he? I guess he got his wish after all.
Zaveid, you knew Dezel, didn't you?
Sort of. There was a time my comrades and I saved him, when he was just a little rascal.
Oh. Is that why your fighting styles are so similar?
Yep, he learned by copying me. And yet, I don't think he even remembered who I was. That fellow tossed everything away, even his memories. But if something gets thrown away, you just gotta find it again. And you found it for him, didn't you?
Hey, are you trying to comfort me, Zaveid?
You bet I am. You're gonna be my all-important vessel pretty soon. Can't have you getting all malevolent on me.
Huh?
And on that note, I think I'll go talk to Lila about that Sublord Pact.
You gotta be kidding me!
Well, I can't exterminate the Hellions all by myself anymore, can I? And besides, if I tag along with you, I can collect your debt to me whenever I like.
You can't just decide something like that!
Oops, I did. Anyway, see you tomorrow, Sheps.
That lousy...
I guess it's our wind replacement.
Saray.
Huh?
Back there, I spoke with Dezel during his last moments. And when I saw him then, I remembered something that I'd forgotten long ago. I had met him before, when I was really little. I realized he'd probably been protecting me ever since, my whole life.
Rose, Dezel didn't want you to know that. He said he wanted you to live believing you'd come this far by your strength alone.
Yeah, I'm sure that's what he wanted. But I actually wish he'd just straight up told me, without knowing I was a jerk, self-absorbed and totally ungrateful to him.
Sorry.
From now on, you gotta tell me these things, alright?
Right. This is actually a load off my mind. I was worried you'd be, devastated.
Yeah, I don't know. A whole lot of things happened all at once. And somehow it doesn't feel like I'll never see him again. And the garbage that crazy Simone chick was spouting, I think it says more about her problems than anything else.
Rose, you're my hero.
Oh, I just don't like to think too much. Anyway, Saray, you get some good rest.
I will.
Morning, Saray. Did you sleep well?
Yeah.
You don't look like it.
Yo, Saray!
Oh, Zavid, you're still here.
Ouch! Lila, is he always this cold?
Well, it looks like everyone's here. Care to explain why you wish to enter the Sublord Pact?
No problemo. My goal is directly connected to the Shepherd's journey.
Your goal? Oh yeah, you said there were people you had to settle the score with.
Right. One of them being little Miss Edna's older brother. And the other? Mautellus.
Mautellus of the Five Lords?
The entire Glenwood continent is supposed to be under his protection, right? Except our baby boy toddled off somewhere, and right at that exact time, the Lord of Calamity shows up. Isn't that funny?
It can't be.
I didn't think it could be either. At first.
But if Mautellus really did become a Hellion and bind with Heldolf...
We'll need to confirm that's what happened.
And the only way to do that is to approach him directly.
Maybe, but we need to be able to stand against Heldolf's domain, or we're sunk.
And that's where I come in. If you'll let me fill the Dezel-shaped hole in your group, together we should be strong enough. How about it? It's in all our best interests, right?
What do you believe we should do?
Saray,
Oh, what were we talking about again?
Hey, can I have the floor?
Huh?
Hey! I thought you had good to do in the world! Keep moping and crying, and I'll chain you up so tight you can't even breathe! That's what he said. Oh, and he asked me to kick your ass a little too while I was at it. And then I told him I'd do my best out there. And so that's why I'm damn well gonna do my best out there. Why am I crying like this?
Rose.
He was
was really, really glad he got to travel with all of you. And I didn't even notice. But in the end, he was smiling. If only I talked with him more. Oh, forget it. I'm done.
Thank you for delivering his message to us. He was a kind watchdog up until the very end.
I'll say.
Guess you'll be okay from now on, huh, Rose?
I'm okay. Are you okay?
All right, let's go.
Hold your horses! Don't I get a packed thingy?
No.
Alrighty, so, now
Just as planned. We're heading to Glavend Basin.
Since it's the place where we first met Heldolf.
Glavend Basin, huh? Here we go!
You said you'd fill in for Dezel, right?
A man never goes back on his word. Well, unless it's with the ladies.
But can you really do it?
Oh ho ho! You doubt me, huh? Come on, you've seen what I can do.
Yeah, but only because you practically forced it on us.
I said I was sorry. Jeez.
We get how strong you are, but what about the spiritual power of wind? You don't have to go back and get it?
Not to worry. The shepherd takes those spiritual powers into his being. So there's nothing to worry about. Especially not with an able and handsome wind seraph like me.
All right then.
I won't let you down.
I'll see to it you don't.
I'm a little surprised. You're quite knowledgeable about spiritual powers and shepherds.
Well, I am a well-experienced grown-ass man after all. You know you can always count on me.
Somehow I'm not so sure that I can.
I know this is real sudden, but there's something I want to ask y'all so I can fit in a little better. Tell me your weaknesses.
Why would we tell you something like that?
Hey now, that's cold, Mick boy. I'll tell you mine to make it fair. On days when the temperature is low, I get cold.
Yeah, because you don't wear any clothes.
Oh, I see how it is. You want something juicier? Let me tell you something. If a girl starts crying, there's nothing I won't do for her.
Didn't need to know that, thanks.
You guys are tough customers. All right, try this one on for size. I'm strong against earth, but weak against fire.
We knew that.
That's no good either. Well, then here's a juicy tidbit that'll rock your world. As far as I can tell, from the waist up, Lila is...
This isn't even about weaknesses anymore.
Looks like you're fitting in just fine, I'd say.
Wow.
Hey, Zavid. I want to ask you about something you mentioned.
Oh, Is this your response to my love confession?
Don't try and weasel your way out of this. You said there was something you had to settle with my brother.
That's all there is to it, really. There's just something between us we need to settle.
And that something is?
I told him, please, let me marry your little sister, and he punched me.
Don't lie.
Oh, come on, he'd totally do something like that.
Fine. Don't tell me then.
No wonder he's worried about her all the time.
So what's this really about?
Did Edna's brother ask a favor from you or something like that?
Who wants to know?
Does it have something to do with the oath?
Nah, it's not that big of a deal. But even so, a promise between men is just as sacred.
Oh, lots of skits.
It all might be too much for mere humans to bear.
I shouldn't have taken them along. Oh, it's so useless to say that now.
They could have stayed home in their rooms if they didn't want to deal with it. They went out of their own accord.
Yeah, and I don't think either of them expect or want anyone to take responsibility for their being dragged into this.
Both of them seem so used to living with the Seraphim. Wonder if they were always like this.
Soraya and I were raised together ever since we were just babies.
There was a time when you were a baby?
That's rude.
My bad, my bad. I'm sure you were a sweet, well-behaved little guy back in your day.
Too bad I'm not like that anymore, huh?
Damn.
You know, there's something I've been wondering.
Yeah, what?
You're an Earth Seraph, right? So why do you use an umbrella for a weapon? Isn't that more like a water element?
I guess I can tell you. Ready to have your mind blown? I'm using it precisely because I'm an Earth Seraph.
Huh?
You know about the dominant relationships among the elements. Earth, water, fire, and wind, right? Earth is stronger than water. Meaning that especially when using seraphic arts, you can increase your mana output by using the subordinate element as a catalyst.
What?
Just to let you know, Lila has been using wind-imbued paper, and Dezel's pendulum has been using earthen minerals as their catalysts. The staff that you've been using is fundamentally an earth element. You'd have to be a complete idiot for using something like that as a water seraph, is what I'd like to say, but I'll hold back.
But you did just say it.
Well, if you've been using it as a way to train yourself, or a way to incorporate physical attacks on top of seraphic arts, then you're not doing it completely wrong, at least. The longer you live, the easier it is for you to choose to do what takes the least amount of effort. But if you really aren't satisfied and want to grow stronger, then you're just going to have to do things the hard way if you want to go beyond whatever ability you were born with.
Huh.
Anyways, you've been using your staff without knowing what it's for. Good job, dummy.
Alright. Alright, see if we got a baked potato.
Saray, you're not going to sleep yet?
Yeah, I want to take a look around the city.
It's so quiet that I can feel the gravity of this city's history. Fitting for an ancient capital born from the height of the era of Asgard.
It's kind of dawning on me. The things we read about in books actually exist.
What a poem this would make if we were travelers of old.
A poem? Ah, Pendrago, where the evening lights are blinding sights.
Come on.
Okay, it wasn't great, but I gotta start somewhere, right? What the?
What was that?
Quit it, Nick Leo.
It wasn't me.
Let's check outside.
Okay. I'll save real quick before I do that. Wasn't quite expecting that.
Was that Howl just now? Him?
I'm not sure, but this doesn't feel like his domain.
After a boss fight? Okay.
There!
Not Kitty Beard, Kitty Tiger.
It, what?
What a fearsome roar.
That's the Beastmaster. It must be a master of beast taming.
Who says it must be?
Can't you just let her
Resistant to all elements. Wait, but weak to arts.
believe?
I'll have to avoid saying must in the future.
Dance, Embers!
Killer display.
No escape! It's over! Have some ruined! Rising sands!
Purgatory of flame.
Quiver!
You handle it.
No escape. Killers of flame.
Quiver! Shake them up! Rocks of
Time
protection!
that'll jump it.
Ready, go!
Trap them.
Rose, get out! Rocks of protection! Surging landscape, cry out!
Lord of Water!
Quiver!
Here it comes! Earthship Blitz! Lord of Courage! Earthborn! Strong as the earth! Behold, radiant ruin! Earth Revolution!
Rising Sand!
Echo Shock! Here goes!
Light the way!
Crystal Tower!
Come to my side!
Rock Satellite! Saint Zero! Here goes! Shake Light!
Rocks of protection! Let's get him!
Raise my hand!
Sword flare! That did it!
Gather and grant
I need a hand!
good! Lord of Water!
Let's get some speed up in here.
Spirit
Focus on defense! Screw. Ready? Howling Cyclone! Freezing Strike! Top through! Tiger Blade! Let's keep it up! Oh, holy, back off! Focus on defense!
Okay.
Flow and Surge! Get on! Yeah! Freezing Strike! Strike!
Come on.
Brazilian aid!
Oh, holy waters! Heal our wounds! Miss me over! Burn away!
Take out
Yours
Pillars
is
and
free!
Arts with Hidden Arts.
Breakthrough! Scorch down! Purgatory!
Got him.
Let's do some fortune telling. Pick one.
Alrighty.
Nick, Leo, and Edna will have excellent luck.
Wait, what about me?
It's a fat cat?
My, that's pretty rude of you. I prefer the term pleasantly plump.
Sorry.
Well, this one seems interesting.
Are you perhaps Morgrim?
Indeed I am.
Is she famous?
She's a high-ranking seraph who's a lone wolf, cat, and is imbued with a powerful blessing.
Whoa.
Alas, how shameful that you had to see that side of me.
This city is filled with the desires of greedy humans. I don't think you should feel responsible for it.
No, I must atone for it. Shepherd, you are looking for a seraph to bring the blessing to this city, are you not?
Well, this city is...
Pendrago is a big city. It's impossible to eliminate all the malevolence, and the church still holds the power.
But that means all the more that there are those who would cry out for salvation.
Maybe, but it sounds to me like they only pray to the Seraphim when they need something.
Yet are the people's wishes not genuine? I can still maintain the blessing with them.
But still, you could become a Hellion again.
I've got an idea. Why not use the church's authority against them?
Wait, do you intend to filter human prayers?
Pretty sneaky.
I've been pondering over the role of the blessing in human society.
Any conclusion?
It doesn't really do anyone any favors if I just take their prayers and give them the blessing in return.
The role of the blessing, huh? That's a tough conundrum. Just like relationships.
To coexist with humans in peace, there are many things that Seraphim must be conscious of.
I see. I hope the Seraphim you're thinking of will notice as well.
Oh, what a quick-witted lass.
Huh? You're not talking about yourself?
You mean another Seraph, yeah?
I truly hope they notice me and my efforts.
We understand your idea. We'll try and find an appropriate vessel for you.
Is the inscription of the Shrine Church still there? If we use that, I should be able to maintain a good distance with the believers.
It's still there. Please, Morgrim.
Shepherd, I know I have said much, but remember that I do not distrust humans.
It's just that humans and Seraphim need to know where they stand on the issues.
Yes, indeed. Both parties shall.
Cat's me. I mean, quite a person.
Yeah. Even though she looks so fat, I mean proportionate.
Malevolence, prayer, enshrinement, giving the blessing. We Seraphim ought to reconsider how we interact with humans, like Morgrim has.
We humans should do the same for Seraphim. I think making that effort is the first step for peaceful coexistence, both for the Seraphim and humans.
But even Morgrim became a Hellion. Reality is cruel.
Yeah, so are you.
Let's not get too idealistic just yet, though, huh?
Right. There was so much malevolence in Pendrago that even Morgrim couldn't handle it by herself. We can't ignore that fact.
Maybe there's a reason why. A reason that might have something to do with the overflowing malevolence.
You may be right.
We shouldn't leave it all to Morgrim, and be sure to check up on her once in a while.
Yeah,